Ageless strength is what they tell us. I'm going to show you some really effective workouts today to keep you active and energized well past your 50s, into your 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. These exercises are really simple and can be done from the comfort of your own home. As you can see, I'm wearing a shirt and smart trousers. I'm going to do these workouts for you. It's not perfect, but you can absolutely do these if you are at work or working from home. You don't need to get sweaty, you don't need to be out of breath. These are going to be things to increase core stability and help with back pain and any issues long term. My name is Dr. Jeremy Andrews. I'm a doctor of chiropractic here at West Chiropractic in Surrey, and we help people with chronic lower back pain and knee issues prevent a lifetime of painkillers and surgery. So let's get into it. As I said, there's going to be 4 exercises here. These are going to keep you active and energized long term, well past your 50s, to make sure that we're protecting our joints, not only protecting them, but so you can thrive long term and keep yourself as healthy as possible. First one here is going to be on a chair. So you need to get a sturdy chair or a bench at home, something that's locked in place, is not going to fall away from you. Using like a rolly chair like this isn't going to work. So you need to make sure that it's something that's firm, that's going to stay in place. This is going to work the upper body, the triceps and the shoulders. It's going to help with your core support as well. So what you want to do is you want to make sure your feet are in this tabletop position here, so 90 degrees and then 90 degrees down to the knees. You're gonna get a grip onto the back of the chair. So I like to have my hands like this. You can have them on the side like this as well if you want, but starting like this is gonna activate more of the triceps. Now you wanna make sure you can actually just push up and take a bit of weight off there. So making sure that's nice and comfortable through here. And then what you're gonna do is you can move those hands just to the edge of the chair, so they're kind of in line with your buttocks and your hips. So that if you did have your hands on the chair, you're sort of sitting on your hands there, sitting on that thumb, okay? So do this, suck the tummy button in, make sure the tummy is nice and tight, that core is supported, and we're gonna lean forwards like this, all right? So your bum is off the chair and the weight is being carried on my triceps. So you're very gently just gonna push down like this. I'm gonna come back up like this. Now, the further you go down, so if I was to go all the way down like this and push back up, it's gonna really activate my tricep and my shoulder muscles. If you have any current rotator cuff issues, just make sure you're not doing this. It's gonna put pressure on the shoulders. And you really want to run this for around 10 to 12 reps. Okay, just like this. Now, if I'm just doing a little bit, that's still going to work my arms and my shoulders, but it's not going to cause the burn as much. Okay, so the further out your feet are, the more weight is going to go through your arms. Okay, so you're going to really then put a lot of weight through there. So come back in a little bit, just to here. Then you can put more weight through the legs, be less weight going through the arms. That's going to make it easier for you as well. So it's a nice modified version of that. If you're getting pain in the wrists, then I would suggest putting the hands on the outside like that, and then just pushing down like this, keeping that core nice and tight as well. Like I say, 10 to 12 reps, going to put a lot of support through the tricep muscles, through the shoulders, keep the core nice and tight. That will really help activate the upper body. The upper body is very important as we get into later life. We tend to lose a lot of strength in our shoulders and our upper back, especially when we start to get rounded like this. We really want those shoulder muscles to be back and upright, keep the posture good. Nice open chest, help with the lung capacity, heart capacity as well, all right? As always, with these exercises, just make sure you're consulting with a medical professional before you start doing them. Okay, so this is gonna be the press up movement now. So I like to do the press up on my knees, and again, this is gonna build a lot of support through the chest. So with the press up, just make sure you're on your knees like this, and then all we're trying to do is pushing in like so, okay? So keeping the torso nice and flat, so my back is nice and flat through here. There's weight going on my knees. If you've got any knee problems, just making sure you're putting a pillow under your knees. Hands shoulder width apart, and we're pushing like this. Okay, 12 repetitions. Making sure that you're letting the chest dip through the hands, making sure we're squeezing those shoulder blades at the back, and ensuring that we're activating those chest muscles, activating the upper back muscles as well. Okay, so let me show you from the front here. So hands shoulder width apart, like this, and then we're just dipping in. You can see that my feet come off the ground. Helps just put a bit more weight onto the chest. If you don't want to do that, take it nice and easy. Just move like this. Okay, 12 repetitions. Okay, those first 2 exercises are your upper body movements. They're gonna really help build support across the upper part of your chest and shoulders. Very typically, we never really lift our arms too much above our head. So it's great to get those triceps working, great to get those shoulders working, and the press up on the chest as well. Just help keep that thorax nice and open. Next 2, they're gonna be more lower body ones. Okay, so this next one's gonna be tabletop, okay? So tabletop is on the floor. You need to make sure you're on a hard floor. You can always put a yoga mat underneath if needs be. This will not work on the bed or the sofa. It gets too squidgy. So feet like this, bent at 45 degrees. So 45 degrees to the hip, 45 degrees to the knees like this. Hands gonna be behind me like this. I'm gonna squeeze my stomach in, squeeze the buttocks. And it's simply just pushing through like this, really trying to get those hips all the way through like that. And then coming back down. Relax, squeeze the bum, squeeze the tummy. Pushing through like this. This is going to really help to activate the glute muscles, helps give you stability through your core. Really good if you haven't got any back pain and you're really trying to strengthen up your back and allow you to be energized long term. 15 repetitions. Pushing through, make sure you keep breathing. Again, this is a great way to get a lot of support in your core. Help keep those hips active, prevent any hip issues or knee issues long term. You want to keep them moving. So really squeeze the bum, pushing through like this. Okay, let me show you from the front. So hands like this, push, squeeze the bum, hold the tummy in. Push like this. Remember, 15 repetitions. This is the third stage in the circuit, okay? Okay, this next exercise is going to be a squat to hamstring. It's more of a stretch, but again, a great way to get a lot of flexibility and support through those lower hips and glutes. So I start off like this. I'm going to sit down into the squat. So a squat like this, you might want the knees slightly wider than the shoulders. And then from this position, what we're going to do is then you're going to straighten the legs, try and touch your toes. Then you come straight back into squat like this, and then up like this. Hold 5 seconds, and then into the squat. Let me show you from the side. You can do this 10 times. Into the squat like this. Try and hold your toes. I can't touch my toes, so I'm gonna hold my ankles like this. If you can't go down that far, just go to here. Keep the back nice and flat. Make sure that back is nice and flat, not rounded. And then we go straight legs. Okay, stretch through the hamstrings here. Really good way. Keep that back nice and flat. Try and get down as far as you can. Get down on the knees, that's absolutely fine, but keep that back nice and flat. Not like this, nice and flat through here. 1 rep would be here, and then here. That's 1 repetition. Do that 15 times. Okay, so there we have it. Those are my top 4 exercises to keep you active and energized well past your 50s, keep you fit and mobile long term. So if you like the video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel for our regular updates. And you can grab copies of my best-selling books here on the Amazon link below. The Secret Cure to Back Pain, How to Avoid a Lifetime of Painkillers and Surgery, and How to Transform Your Back. See you next time.